Imagine Europe in the 1930s, a time of immense political upheaval and danger. Aggressive authoritarian ideologies were sweeping across nations, threatening established orders and democratic freedoms. In this volatile atmosphere, a crucial question emerged for the global communist movement: how best to respond to these new, potent threats that challenged everything they stood for. The Comintern's popular front shift was primarily caused by the rapid and alarming rise of fascism in Europe, particularly the ascent of Nazism in Germany, which presented an immediate and existential threat to both the Soviet Union and communist parties worldwide. This strategic pivot was driven by several critical factors. First, the sheer menace of fascism, with its virulent anti-communism and aggressive expansionist policies, became undeniably clear. Previous Comintern doctrine, which labeled social democrats as social fascists and therefore principal enemies, had proven disastrous, notably failing to unite German leftist forces against Adolf Hitler. Second, the Soviet Union, as the leading communist state, increasingly sought collective security alliances with Western democracies against German aggression. The Comintern, often functioning as an instrument of Soviet foreign policy, adapted its strategy to align with these broader geopolitical objectives. The realization that fascism posed a greater and more immediate danger than traditional bourgeois democracies led to a fundamental reassessment of alliance strategy. For communist parties globally, this shift meant a dramatic change in approach. Instead of pursuing isolated revolutionary tactics, they were now instructed to seek broad alliances with non-communist groups. This included social democrats, liberals, and even some conservative elements, all united under the banner of anti-fascism. Parties were encouraged to participate in existing parliamentary systems, form coalition governments, and advocate for democratic rights, temporarily de-emphasizing their immediate revolutionary goals in favor of national unity against the fascist threat. An interesting historical detail here is the formal declaration of this new policy at the 7th Comintern Congress in 1935. This Congress officially abandoned the social fascism thesis and called for the creation of popular fronts. This tactical maneuver allowed communist parties to gain some influence in countries like France and Spain, where popular front governments briefly came to power, showcasing a pragmatic response to a rapidly changing global landscape. It represented a significant departure from rigid ideological purity in favor of political expediency. Ultimately, the Comintern's popular front shift was a pragmatic, albeit temporary, tactical adaptation to counter the unprecedented threat of fascism. It demonstrates how historical circumstances and geopolitical realities could compel even revolutionary movements to reconsider their immediate objectives, prioritizing broader defensive alliances over internal ideological conflicts, thereby reshaping the global communist movement's approach to political engagement during a critical period in world history.